Women Up Radio, designed to facilitate women's empowerment, improve your career, develop your talents, incorporate your passions, achieve fulfillment and success.
Hello, this is Anna Letitia Cook of Women Up Radio, supporting Empower Women and the Girls on the Road in their quest to support women entrepreneurs around the world. Fernanda and Taciana are visiting 26 countries, interviewing women and researching the conditions, the business ecosystems, challenges and advantages that exist in each country. So today we're visiting Canada, a country which I love. So hi Fernanda and Taci, how are you today? How's Canada?
It's amazing. Hi Anna, how are you?
Lovely, thanks. So tell me, Canada, what's the general vision of business, women in business and women entrepreneurs in Canada?
I would say, and the reports also say that, Canada is one of the best places to be a women in business or woman entrepreneur in general. Lots of resources, lots of incentives, a general mindset that really welcomes women in business and entrepreneurs. They seem right now very focused on bringing more women in the startup tech scene, for example. So I would say that in general, it's a very good place for women in business.
And so for them, what does it really mean to be a woman entrepreneur in this country?
It means that you have lots of resources, a lot of incentives. You have, organizations that also are trying to make the ecosystem stronger, and they can benefit of all of this. They're extremely well prepared. We had the chance to visit a center for entrepreneurship in Kitchener, very near to Toronto. Yeah. And we were very surprised that we met more than 20 women. They were very focused on tech, and they were developing applications for trying to give people with Alzheimer a better life, the way that they can be independent, artificial intelligence, all sorts of business that we would affiliate it to a male co-founder or founder. But these women are really breaking through the stereotype that women are only in fashion, only in business, only in service.
I know, I've always heard that Canada is really open. And I know there's a lady that I interviewed before, and she started her career in Canada in the early 80s. And she said even then they were very, very equality minded, not just for women, but about everything. And that there was really no problem at all. And there was equal support for everyone, which I thought was fabulous. So it's lovely to hear that. So what would you say are the main factors in the business ecosystem in Canada?
Well, I think what you just said is certainly, a very important part of it. Having a diverse society and a business environment, it certainly helps them a lot. Again, Canada is a country with a lot of immigrants. So when you have this, diversity of thoughts and ideas, it helps a lot, and it has been helping a lot, especially in the entrepreneurship field. Of course, Canada is, again, one of the largest countries in the world, a very mature economy. Right now, the government, much more than before, is really supporting entrepreneurship with all sorts of, not only financial resources, again, trying to attract entrepreneurs from other countries to work with the local entrepreneurs to build new things, to really put Canada in the forefront of entrepreneurship ideas, products, new business models, new technologies. So, and being a woman in this environment, and as you mentioned, really being valued as an important part of the society and helping the country to achieve that, it's huge. So when we were in Kitchener, we could feel it, how involved they are, how they are invested in, all sorts of activities, from mentorship to knowing how to do a presentation, to how to develop business model, how to network. I mean, you name it. They have resources to do that. And there was a very interesting initiative that we learned in Canada, led by a woman called Vicky Saunders, and she created SheEO, which is, basically a platform to invest in other women. So she has, each year she brings 1,000 in that case, it was first, but her goal is 1,000, but 100 of women.
Yeah.
And they can contribute, if they can, of course, but they would contribute with $1,000. So you have a pool of money, and you select startups led by women, and then the 10 select startups will go through a 2-week program of intense mentorship, development, training, so they can really, try to develop their business as much as they can. And at the end of the 2 weeks, they will somehow divide these resources, all that was collected. And there are only 2 rules. They cannot split the money equally, but every single startup, every single woman has to get something. So it teaches how to negotiate, how to value their business. So, and then she's spreading, she's going outside Canada, taking it to the US. So, and we've been seeing that more and more women, getting together to support also financially other women. And this is one of the best initiatives that we've seen in Canada.
It sounds really interesting.
Yes, it is.
What a wonderful idea for really supporting each other and really trying to move something forward.
Definitely.
Well, I knew there was a reason why I love Canada.
Yes.
So it sounds so positive. Are there any challenges, and what other advantages are there for the women there?
I think advantages, like as of course, Canada is a society where they are very well prepared. They benefit of speaking English, very close market with the US. So it's very easy for them when they build their companies to have like an immediate market, like a huge market to work with, very like the neighbor. And the advantages, I would say, is like in general, like, it's like very hard to be an entrepreneur, but we didn't find as much disadvantage because they were women. Right? They have organizations, they have support, they are well prepared, they have a huge market to expand for, really nearby. Of course, funding is something that is very recurrent in many countries that we've been through. So not in Canada, although they have like a very good environment, funding is also an issue.
Yeah.
But it's not like something that we would say like, oh my gosh, Canada has this very disadvantaged environment for women. Quite the opposite.
Yes, that was a really surprising country, and we were, it was a really interesting visit and interviews in the terms of, okay, there are places that, we can do it, women are doing it, and if we all work together, government, society, corporations, well, you name it, we can certainly, leveling the playing field for everybody. And we can certainly replicate that in other countries.
And we also met the Minister of Small Medium Enterprise when we were there, because they were having like an event, and she's a woman, and she's very invested on, in getting resources and make sure that women have equal opportunities to advance in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and it's so cool. We became huge fans of Canada. And Fernanda mentioned the minister. She's a Canadian of Indian origin. And, the current prime minister, he has such a diverse cabinet. And this certainly reflects in the mood and behavior of the overall population, because it sends a very positive and powerful message that, it doesn't matter where we come from, our education, it doesn't matter how we think, we can all work together. And that benefits hugely those who want to become entrepreneurs, this mindset in the country overall.
What soft and hard skills did you find that the entrepreneurs had in common, or what ones did they have to develop?
It's so hard because we cannot say that, because of course Canada is not perfect, but it was so much close to perfect that it's very hard to say like what should they develop.
I think in terms of hard skills, we mentioned that many women are going to tech startups. So those who don't have this specific knowledge, they are going after it. So they're learning how to code, for example. They're learning so many other skills related to tech, because they know it will be the difference at the end. They might not doing the code themselves, but if they know the basic of it, it's going to be much more easier to ask specific tasks from the employees and talk to people, to suppliers, to clients, of course. So they are really going after these skills, specific technical skills.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's in terms of soft skills. I know we've been talking this, in other weeks, but networking. This is key, and more, it touches women much more than men. And
Yes.
all finally realizing that and see how important it's going to be a deal breaker. It can make you lose so many opportunities. But on the other hand, if you really practice, it might be the difference of, making your business grow.
Yes. Okay. Can you tell us one key motivational difference in Canada which will help other women entrepreneurs around the world?
I think that this idea of people with different backgrounds, like a country of immigrants and very welcome in the country, makes them to really interact and have no prejudgment, and really working together. I think Canada is a great country because I think they welcome their immigrants and they have very inclusive society. And we saw from the entrepreneurs that we talk in Kitchener, they have been from many different backgrounds, from other countries that they were born in Canadian, but they came with this other set of skills from different. Yeah.
So if you're a woman and if you're trying to build a business, you have an idea, you want to put your idea out there. Yeah. It's so important to talk to people who think differently from you.
Yes.
Because they might contribute with very interesting points of view. So, go for that. And I think they are using that very positively in Canada.
Okay, well, thanks very much, Fernanda and Taci. I loved visiting Canada with you. And next week, we're going to visit Russia. That will be a contrast. So,
Definitely.
Yes. Thank you very much, and speak to you next week.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Spasiba.
I'm Anna Letitia Cook. My guests were Fernanda Moura and Taciana Mello, the girls